It's a little breezy out here today, and I'll apologize for that. So this is, yesterday I posted a video on this hydraulic cylinder, and this tube here had gotten bent. In the feedback I got from a friend, and I appreciate it, and I think he's probably 100% right. I think it's probably the hydraulic pressure that probably did this. I've made this chair, and I will just put a real small tack there on that chair that I built to make sure that it's going to stay there, and that should help that stay in place. And I'll this tack down here on this was coming out. I'll tack that. The only purpose for the tacks is to hold the chair into place. I'm not going to bother about deep penetration. There's enough pressure on the chair right now to stop it from bending. I can't imagine that would be much more of an issue. I'll probably make an adjustment and pull this end back this way a little bit just before I tack it, and then I'll put a couple quick tacks, make sure it cools off, double check everything. I was able to get it rebent back to, well, I'm going to call it mostly straight, but I think it should solve the problem. I do believe it was probably hydraulic pressure. The curl on the bucket probably and very likely gets the most, that's where most of your breakout strength from your excavator gets, is in the curl of that bucket, because that's what really does the digging, the digging. And so I imagine that's probably the most amount of pressures on that cylinder. Leastwise, that's likely how the circuit on this hydraulic ram was engineered, was to give that the most oomph. So anyway, that's what I've done. I'm going to slap some paint on it. One person in the comment made the comment that, oh, somebody's mad at me, or did you piss your son off, or something like that. No, that's not the case. I'm sure there are people who are mad at me, but I watch my equipment, and it's, unless somebody really wants to go out of their way to go out to rural Idaho and sneak into my property under the risk of getting caught on camera and or being caught, period, by my neighbors or anybody else, that's just not something that happens out here. But anyway, I think this will solve that problem. I don't have any of the problem on any of the other cylinders that have bypass on this. Overall, really happy with this excavator too, by the way.